Hello students, again this is Mr. Lopez guiding you through today's lesson 16.2, use area models. We've been very successful in the past couple of days working with this, and I know this will be an easy review for a lot of you. We are moving in a pace that is getting us ready to be successful for the rest of the year. So if this is a quick review, just follow along with me. So let's look at 16.2. And again, we're counting the number of square units to find the area of a figure. Here's a rectangle here that has an area of 6 squares, 6 square units, and we're going to use multiplication. We're going to use the formula that we learned. This one you will be using for the rest of your life, which is length. And forgive me for the letter writing. I'm still using the mouse here, and I don't have a lot of accuracy on it. So length, I put length times 4, I'm sorry. My brain's somewhere else. Length times width. Sorry about that. This is an L here. So your length is this way, and your width is this way. So we just count 1, 2, 2 times 1, 2, your width, your length, 3, and your answer is 6. That's pretty much it for the area of a rectangle, or any shape, to say the least. So let's take a look at this right now. And let me rephrase that. It wouldn't be for any shape. It'd be the shapes that are divided into equal square units. So this is a square meter, 1 square meter. Please understand this section right here. A unit square can be different sizes, so it has to be equal sizes. So 1 square meter, 1 square foot, or 1 square centimeters. One of the things that you may see sometimes is you might see a shape that has multiple, and I'll give you an example here, where they only have, this is an example, a half, and this is not included in there, this is deleted, and they have another half here. And they're trying to measure to see whether you are able to count the square units and then add the 2 halves to come up with 1. So you will see that that's maybe how they will test you, where they would include a shape that has only half of the square unit here and here, but they're wanting for you to understand to be able to add those 2 halves to make 1 whole. That's the trick. And they will do that. So let's go through this. Count the number of rows. We got the number of rows here. How many rows do we have? Amen. That is correct. We have 3 rows of how many? Ayan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 rows of 6. So my area is, very good, Lena. Yes, my area is 18. So, and again, 3 times 6, length times width. So how many unit squares do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 6 here, 6 here, 6 here, and how many here? Of course, 6 plus 6 plus 6, and that equals 18. Good job, Miriam. Excellent work. Let's move on. So here's another way you can do it. Count the number of rows. Count the number of unit squares in each row. So you count each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many rows of, you have 1, 2, 3 rows. 3 rows of 6, and it gives you 18 also. And again, I'm sorry for my number. I'm using the mouse right now. So how many rows do you have here? Very good, Isa. How many unit squares in each row? Very good, Zehna. So the figure is like an array. How do you find the total number of squares in an array? Well, you can multiply length times width, or count them. Okay? Or just count. So we have how many here? 3 times 6, and that gives you 18. So write a multiplication equation. So the area is how many square? That is 16. 18. And here's your multiplication sentence right there. Okay, so you have different methods to find the same area. The easiest one that you will be using when you get up to the higher grades is your length times. You will see that width, and it's going to equal area. Excellent. Let me erase that for you. Let's go on. Let's complete this right here. So find the area of your array. Find the area of the rectangle in two ways. So how many rows? 1, 2, 3. How many in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's your answer? 12. Or we can do what? Fill this in. We can do this, add this, this, oops, and this. So what did we put here? Yep, 4. Oh, I'm sorry for the writing. It's very hard with this mouse. 4 plus 4 plus 4, and it equals 12. Or you can multiply. Again, length 1, 2, 3, 4, and width 1, 2, 3, and it gives you the same area. So this should be very easy for you to work out. So let's go ahead and complete questions 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see, we have more here. So you're doing questions 2 through 7, and you're finding the area. So each square unit is 1 square foot. Each unit square is 1 square meter. Make sure you add this to the answer that you have. If it says square meter, I want to see square meter here. Square foot, I want to see square foot. If you leave that blank, we don't know whether they're chickens, pigs, horses, or geese. We don't know what you're talking about, so make sure you label that correctly. So let's use whichever methods are easy for you, and then we'll come back, pause it, work this out. When you come back, we will check to see how you did. So take a moment right now and pause the video. Well, welcome back. I hope you had a good break now. So let's take a look at how we did here. So again, length times width. Length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and width is 2. 7 times 2, and that would be 14. Length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times width. 5 times 3 is what? This will be 15. And don't forget to put square foot. I'm not writing it here because the writing is not that easy to do here. And let's go to the next section. Oops. Again, length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Width 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8 times 3, and your 8 times 4. I'm sorry, 8 times 4, and your answer should be 32. And if you count the square meters, you should also get the same answer. And I apologize again for the writing. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 3. Your answer here is 27. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your answer here is 40 square meters. Next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 5 is 25 for this one. Very simple task. But what I want you to take from this and know that they're going to do this is sometimes they're going to give you only a shape that this is, it only shows this half here. It'll show another half here. And this is, it'll be blank here. It'll show another half. I'm sorry, it'll be over here. It'll show this half. It'll show another half only here, and you add these two halves to make one, and these other two halves here to make two. So that's, understand the concepts that they don't show you everything, but they do show you half. Make sure you add those two halves. Two halves make a one square unit. Okay. I just thought I'd add that. They're not asking you that here, but that is one of the ways they will measure that. Alright, for the problem solving multi-steps, you're going to compare these two sections, compare the areas of the two rugs at the right. Each unit square represents 1 square foot. Which rug has the greater area? Okay, so you should have written, explain it to me. And you should have had the area for both of these is what? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12. The areas are equal. There was not one rug that has the greater area, and they're asking for area, so they both have 12. So that means they're equal. There's not one having a greater area. Make sure you understand that concept. They're not talking to see maybe which one looks larger. That is something that's a misconception that most students don't understand. They're asking for area. Okay. The next one is a nice one because they have an image inside, and then they have a mural inside another square, a rectangle. And if you look at it very carefully, a tile company tiled a wall using square tiles. A mural is painted in the center. Here's your mural. The drawing shows the design. The area of each tile used is 1 square foot. Write a problem that can be solved using the drawing and solve the problem. So what you will do is you get the square, the area for this shape here, which will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 3, 24 square units for this shape here, and then for the larger one outside is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 times 5 is 50. So you have this number here, area, you have 50 here. So you come up with a word problem where you, so how many more in this, how many more area does this one have than this one? Or how many more do you need to add to this shape here to make it equal to the area of this one? So your problems will be will vary, but that is the concept here that you have to understand. Okay, I hope you develop good questions. Here you're going to draw 3 different rectangles with an area of 24 square units. Then write an addition or multiplication equation for each area. So color in a shape, a rectangle that has 24. You could have 2 rows of 12, or you could have 4 rows of 6, or 6 rows of 4, and then write a multiplication equation. So again, your shapes and numbers will vary here, but that is the concept. It has to equal to 24 square units. Okay, so color those in right now, and again, make sure they have 24 square units. Next is your daily task assessment for the day. So work on this today. You have your homework here that we will review the next day, and this should be very simple. I don't think anyone's going to have any issues with this. Work on your homework, fill in the answers. We'll check it tomorrow or the next day in the morning, and I know you're going to be very successful with this. We're flying through this area concept, so I need to know that everyone is doing well. If you have any issues or concerns, make sure you put them on the comment sections of the video, or send me an email. We're going to be incorporating some distance learning video some chats pretty soon. So as soon as we get that information to you, I'll be sending that information to your parents, and hopefully we'll be able to do some live streaming where we could see each other and have a more detailed lesson as we work through this. Again, thank you for your time and cooperation. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and again, please be courteous to your parents. Please know that they're working hard to help you, and we will pass through this. So congratulations on your success here, and we'll see you next time. For now, this is Mr. Lopez signing off.